So, do you ever have like those really messy hair days where you're trying to deliver like a message, but all you can look at is your crazy hair and how it just drives you nuts? So, I hope you're okay with the unfiltered version of what this looks like. So, okay, let's dive into it. So, if you're on my channel, welcome. I am Bree and I have a lot of energy and I'm really excited to meet you because I love people. I freaking love all kinds of people in all walks of life. And if you're here on my channel, you have found me because I told you I just started this podcast and this awesome YouTube show. But more importantly, I have found my life's mission. And it goes something like this. I'm Bree and I overcame 2 divorces by the age 26 and overcame that so that I could actually fundamentally help other people actually love themselves. Okay. And let me tell you what that did for myself and how that's going to transition and change your entire life. So tell me if you've been someone who's been in a relationship and you knew that it wasn't working, or it was toxic, or it was abusive, or maybe none of the above. You just couldn't figure relationships out, right? So quick backstory, I am a byproduct of a family who had multiple divorces. My mom and dad got divorced when I was 9 years old. My parents had remarried to their new partners, and then that ended up in another divorce on each side. Both got divorced, and then they ended up remarrying again, and that ended up on my father's side being a failed divorce and then another marriage. So you do the math. And then on top of that, the step parents that were involved the second time got married again, right? So you do the math. That's a lot of this going on, right? Like, you're my brother, now you're not. You're my sibling, now you're not. Like, a lot of relationship experience. And I own that confidently because it put me in a dynamic where I got married at 20 years old, and then I got divorced at 22, and then I got married again at 23, and then got divorced at 25. So I am also a byproduct of 2 divorces by the age of 26, and I overcame that confidently after understanding that a lot of my behavior was unconscious and understanding how relationships don't work and how they actually do work. And I went searching the entire world to find out actually what that looks like, because before I was able to get in camera confidently with you, I didn't understand what was broken within me, right? Like, I couldn't keep a relationship if my life depended on it, but I wanted it so badly, right? And so when it kept changing and it left, I didn't know who I was without it. In fact, I pulled in partners that were toxic, abusive, narcissistic, and were not good for me, not mentally, not physically, not spiritually. And I can say that with love and gratitude and forgiveness, and we can move on. But I'm here to help you understand, like, you are not broken. And my message to you is that you are not the byproduct of your experiences, not in your past and not in what you're going through. And if you're having a divorce right now, if you're going through a breakup, if you've gone through some really ugly things, I'm going to be really open. I am someone who doesn't like small talk, doesn't like to sugarcoat it, very blunt, and I'm not going to be everyone's flavor, so that's okay. But I am going to tell the truth, and I am going to tell you what's worked for me, and I'm going to let you stay in what's true for you, and at the same time help encourage you to be so compassionate with where you've been and where we're about to go. So with that being said, I'm Bree and 26 years old. I overcame 2 divorces by the age of 26 so that I could help other women empower themselves, dare to rise, and actually love who they are already authentically. And I'm really excited about that topic because so many of the times we try to get into relationships being something that we're not. And we're going to dive into the next following season with really just a whole bunch of ideas and concepts. And I am so excited because I have a program that is going to walk you through some of the most life-changing things that you're going to wish you wanted to know at, like, probably middle school, honestly, right? Like, right before you actually start dating people and getting into the world, you're like, why didn't no one teach me this? And bless our parents, they do what they can, but unless we want to follow their exact pattern, then we have to learn from someone outside of that paradigm because they're coming from what their parents gave them and they're giving us what they had and they're doing their best. And if you could understand, we're all doing the best with what we have, it makes your life a lot more easy and a lot less complicated because you realize that you were given think about it like a crayon. Like you were given a red crayon and you're trying to paint this rainbow, and your parents gave you a red crayon. That's all you have. You just have a red crayon. Well, then of course, you're only able to draw with a red crayon. So you've got to expand and go find someone that's got the blue, and then go find someone that's got the yellow, and then go find someone that's got the orange. And that's okay, right? Like it's okay to try on different concepts and ideas that feel true, that align, and that actually make you feel good. And this is not a place to blame. We are not here to sit here and bag on our exes. We are not here to be victims and say, you know, it's because of my dad, I knew this, but I am going to help bring awareness to what got you into that situation, and then bring awareness to maybe perhaps why you drew in that experience, and then to give you the power to give it back to you on making different decisions moving forward. So with that being said, I'm excited. Welcome to my channel. I'm here to help you do just that, and we're going to tell the truths about actually what we've been through. We're going to turn pain into power. We're going to go from unconscious to conscious. We're going to go from victor to creator. And welcome, because you're not broken. That's got to be the best thing you've heard probably in like forever, right? Like you're not broken. You don't need another book. You don't need another program. You don't need another course. You don't need any of that. And the reason you haven't had a great relationship or those experiences yet is because you haven't developed the one that you actually need yet. So go to my website for more information on that as well. So in the description below, I will include a link for you, and that will allow for you to go explore more in depth really what it is we're getting into. And then on a deeper level, a soul transformational level, it takes time to turn around, you know, patterns and programs. And if the language I use is unfamiliar to you, go ahead and ask questions below. I will personally respond to you. I will personally reach out to you, because I'm dedicated to helping you live your most authentic life. And I know what it feels like to die over and over and over again. And if that didn't come out quite seriously, then I'll say it again. I know what it feels like to die over and over and over again, and to put your entire being into a relationship that doesn't work, and to give it all and then lose it. I know what that feels like, and it doesn't feel good. But what I can give you is a powerful foundation that doesn't have to change and break every time something in your external world falls apart. And when you have a sturdy foundation like that, life is beautiful because you've got you and you're solid. So if you have low self-esteem and you don't have confidence and you've never felt really powerful before, like that's okay. That's your yellow crayon, and I'm here to give you the whole damn sunset. Like we're gonna get in there and go color all the things that you wish you had, and we're gonna make it a reality. So go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Let's become best friends. I also have an Instagram that I just started, so if you wanna hop over, I'll include that in the link. Go to my website and let's get started.